Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Yateley 10K 2021. As I'm sure you're aware, things are going to be a little bit different this year. When we were considering whether to put these races on for 2021, we were discussing two key areas. The first one is that the races make a lot of money for charity. They're non-profit making. No one earns any money from these races. All of the profits from your entries goes to charity. And we know how much the charities have suffered during the pandemic, so we wanted to support them. Secondly, as runners ourselves, we know how much of a lifeline running is to people, and we wanted to give people the opportunity to come together and run. However, it will be quite different. Okay, so I'm just going to run through some of those differences in this video. First of all, number exchange. Number exchange can occur up until the following dates. Now, usually we allow it to happen up until sort of 24, 48 hours before. That isn't the case this year. Okay, and that's because numbers had to be sent out to your addresses. So race one is closed. You cannot exchange numbers now for race one. Okay, and it's really important that people don't do that, because if you do that illegally and keep exchanging numbers, your names won't get changed, which means that if there was an emergency, we wouldn't be contacting the right next of kin. Race 2, it's the 30th of June, and race 3 is the 14th of July, and that gives time for the numbers to be processed and packaged and sent to you. Okay, pre-race information. You should receive your number by post by the following dates. If you haven't received it by those dates, please just contact yateleyrr@raceahead.net. That email will go through to Race Ahead, which is our entries organisation, and they will sort that out. We have spare numbers, so please don't panic if you haven't got your number. Just let us know so that we can prepare for that. Okay, when you arrive at the race village, there are a number of car parks. All the car parks are on our website, so please have a look. You don't have to park at the school. There is a number of places to park at the school, but it won't by any means allow everybody to park there. So you will need to park at different places around the town. Not everybody can get into the school. However, if you arrive by foot or by car, just follow the one-way system to allow you to get to the main field. Now, if you arrive by car to the school, so if you park at the school, Yateley School, please stay in your car until 10 minutes before the race. If you don't arrive by car, so you either come by foot or you've parked in one of the other car parks, please follow the one-way system and go onto the main school field, where we ask you to socially distance from other runners and volunteers. Okay, so just to recap, if you park at Yateley School, stay in your car, please. If you don't park at Yateley School, then you can come onto the main field, but make sure that you socially distance. Toilets are available on A block. A block is here, it's just in front of the nursery. They will be spread out, and there will be toilet marshals telling you which toilets to use, and please make sure that you socially distance. There will be signs from the car park to allow you to get to the toilets, and again, you must follow the route that they ask you to. Make sure that you leave all of your stuff in your car, please. You come ready to race. There's no baggage this year. We're not allowed to do that. So there's no baggage, there's no holding pens for you to leave luggage in. Okay, so please come just ready to race. You must bring a buff or a mask to wear in the race village. Okay, I know it's outside, but that's one of the ways that we'd like to stop the spread of COVID-19. So please wear your buff until you cross the start line. Okay, now we're putting in a staggered start. Okay, so the races start, the first wave will go off at 7:10, and that's numbers between 1,000 and 1,100. It then goes off at 100 intervals after that. These are the start times. These are the call times, so that will be 10 minutes before your race. Okay, it's your responsibility to make sure that you get to the main field 10 minutes before your race. When you get there, if you are in wave 1, you will go straight to the start finish area. If you're in wave 2, you'll go to holding pen A, and if you're in wave 3, you'll go to holding pen B. Your numbers will be checked as you go through the gates into those holding pens. Okay, so it's really important that you don't go until your allocated time. Once wave 1 has left at 7:10, wave 2 will move into the start finish area, wave 3 will move into holding pen A, and then wave 4 will be let into holding pen B. And it continues like that until we've got through all of the different waves. The waves are going off at 3-minute intervals, and it's really important that you socially distance in those areas. There's enough room for you to be able to socially distance in those areas. Okay, this is just a little map of the start-finish area. So you'll come from the car park here. As you go through the gates, there'll be sanitizer stations, so please sanitize your hands. Remember to wear your mask all the way up through here until you get to the holding pens and go into the correct holding pen for you, whether it's the start-finish A or B. Okay, and just make sure you socially distance. As I've said before, it's important to keep your mask and buff on in the start area. Please remember that it is chip timing for the whole race. Normally we do gun to chip, but this time it is chip timing. So please don't rush over the start line just because you're in wave 2 doesn't mean that you haven't got a good chance of winning your category, etc. Please stay socially distanced, as I've said, and there will be marks on the tape to show 2 meters just in case you need extra help with that. Okay, moving on. During the race, during the race, your waves are based on the pace that you wrote on your entry form. Remember to be really careful of any traffic following, but also social distance when you're passing people. So please think carefully about overtaking. The whole point of having the waves is that it should reduce the overtaking because the fastest people are going off first. Please always put your health before a PB, and for this year only there are no water or sponges around the course, but there'll be sealed water bottles at the end. Okay, when you cross the line, you need to pick up your water and your medals. So you'll finish the race. Water and medals will be here for you. The water is sealed. It won't be passed to you. You'll be asked to pick it up yourself, and there'll be people just monitoring that. You then move on to the medals. They will be given to you. They won't be presented to you, but they'll be given to you by somebody who's got gloves on. But again, as I said, again, not presented. If you then bought a T-shirt, then the T-shirts will be available for you as well. Please just go and get your T-shirt and you'll be ticked off the list. And then you need to go straight back to your car. So follow the one-way system and go back to the car. And you must leave the race site immediately so that we don't have people congregating. For this year only, again, there's no prize giving. Prizes will be sent to you over the few days after the race. Results, you should receive a text message and results on the website of the evening of the race if you gave your phone number. Okay, if there's any issues, please email Yateley rr@raceahead.net and they'll be sorted out immediately. Marshals, we're really lucky that the Lions agree to marshal our races along with some Santos joggers. Please respect the space of those marshals. They will have masks on, but please respect their space. We ask no spectators to come to the race for this year only. If you do bring someone with you, they need to stay in the car. So please don't bring them to the race village. But we hope to be able to welcome them back in 2022. First aid is available at the start and end of the race as well as around the course. If you need first aid, please contact the nearest marshal and they will ring us to get first aid. Please remember hands, face and space when dealing with any of the first aid personnel, but they will have PPE on. Okay, that brings this little briefing to a close. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email the race director. That's me, and we will. I'll deal with those as I can. On the day of the race, we will be on the race site. So if you've got questions, please come and email me before the race. Okay. I just want to wish you all really good luck in the race. Please stay safe. Please listen to the marshals, and I hope you really enjoy the opportunity to race Yateley 10K in 2021. Thank you.